What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you guys that Taco Tuesday prize pick prop video for us to go ahead and build that bankroll like we are trying to do over here on Prizepicks. If you guys don't have a Prizepicks account, you want one, make sure you guys check that link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus. Join your boy over here on the Prizepicks. Now, if you guys want to play on other prop sites and things like that, all these plays that I go over, you can definitely play those over there. I am going to go over a DraftKings play as well, since we do have a no sweat token to use over on DraftKings. And I think personally the best way to do that is go ahead and take a swing for the fences, because we know we're going to get our money back over there. So definitely going to be doing that. Now, if you guys are looking for more content, things like that, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the stuff I do drop over here on the channel. Drop a like on the video if you guys are enjoying the content. Now, I know we had a taco earlier today. I already have posted a play for that up on the Pat Patreon. If you guys aren't subscribed, check the link down in the description below as well for that. It is only $5, and I promise you, you will make your money back, especially whenever we go ahead and we build that bankroll over here on Prizepicks. Now, the taco that we have, the second taco, is going to be A'ja Wilson, 22.5 points. I do like this taco. I personally myself was on her goblins if they were going to give us the goblin points, was what I was looking for, because I really wasn't feeling her 27.5 point total that I had her up at. But since she definitely has seen an uptick, a drastic uptick in regards to her points, and her field goal attempts and the minutes over her last several games, this one right here kind of is a no-brainer to me. I know she did not clear it the last time they played Chicago. I'm hoping this game, this time, she definitely will be bringing that dog that she has in her and that she has shown over the last several games, with 2 42-point games in 3 out of the 3 last games that she's had. I definitely do feel like we are in for a big treat in a show, because I know that showing that A'ja had last time was not up to par for what she was really feeling. So again, hopefully we get a very good showing from her here. So what we're going to pair with A'ja Wilson, I do have a couple of WNBA props that I do believe that we can go with. And the first one that I am going to go to is going to go right over to my girl, Bree Jones. That 13.5 points, I like the 13. I really do. I honestly think that she can go out here and smash us. Now, she's covered that 13.5 points both games that she has played going against Seattle already this season. One of the things, playing at home, Big Bree Jones at home is averaging 14.2 points at home currently right now in the season, which is of course over what we're expecting for this 13.5 point total that I have right here. Now, the safety that I want to go with, because of course, yeah, she's averaging 20 points going up against Seattle. She's averaging 14 at home. She should be able to clear that 13.5. But I want the safety. I want the guaranteed money that I'm going to get from it. And I'm going to take that 9.5 points for her right here. And I'm going to run that with the taco that we have over here. This could be the first one that you go with. This is going to equal up to a 2x that you can get over here on Prizepicks. Easy day for you to go ahead and double up that $25 that they give us to run and be able to build up that bankroll. No problem right there, going with that one right there as a first option for you to play. Or if you're just looking for a regular place to play, I love Bree Jones, that 9.5 point total right there. She should be able to body Ezzy just like how she has done continuously so far this season. And I see this as a no-brainer. Next play I want to focus on. Gonna go over here to my girl, Tina Charles. Now, hopefully, the taco, the goblin is still up here. That 7.5 rebounds line for her, again, is just too low. In 2 games that she has going up against the Phoenix Mercury, she's had 13 and 17 rebounds going up against them. Kind of a no-brainer for me to want to go ahead and run this back, going over to Tina Charles, who we already know there is no Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. She's going to go out there. She's been playing over her last several games. We've seen her out there for 26, 37, 34, 34, and 33 minutes continuously. Now, another line that you can take, which it did just pop up on the screen, was that points and rebounds. I do like that as well. She did cover this in both games going up against the Phoenix Mercury. This one right here is for me is a slight lean, just because I am valuing getting the profit that we can get on today's slate over taking a chance on other lines. Now, I will have that points and rebounds, that play right here, and another ticket in line that I do for today. But when I am looking for pairs to go with my goblins today, that Tina Charles 7.5 rebounds line, I love it. Love it. As you can see, she's cleared it in 5 out of her last 5 games. And like I said, in the both games that she did play going up against Phoenix Mercury, she's cleared that easy day. On the season so far, she is averaging right now 11 rebounds going up against the Phoenix Mercury and averaging 8 rebounds on the road as well. So pretty much no-brainer right there for me to want to go ahead and play that, considering that the Phoenix Mercury, they are a weak rebounding team, which is really surprising considering that they have Brittany Griner, one of the biggest players in the league, but she's a very poor rebounder whenever it comes down to it. Last play that I have that I really do like as a taco pairing that we can go with, or just a regular pairing for any regular props that you want to go with, is going to be going over to my girl and one of the players I consider a GOAT, Skylar Diggins-Smith, in her assist prop, which they are continuously giving us this Green Goblin at 4.5 assists. I love it. She cleared this in 5 out of her last 5 games, and going up against Connecticut, she is currently averaging 7 assists. Speaking of, she just played going up against Connecticut, where she just dropped 6 assists in that last game, which it seems to be what she's kind of hovering around over her last several games. Then in the first matchup that she did play going up against them, she had 6 assists. Not 6, she had 8 assists in that game right there. In her away games on the season, she is averaging 5.7 assists, which of course is currently over a full assist over that 4.5 line that we have right there. And then versus Connecticut, like I said, she is averaging those 7 assists. We're really seeing kind of the playmaking tick up, especially considering that she has players in NECA. Jewel Lloyd seems to be somewhat finding that shot. Gabby Williams with the slashing and things that she can do. I know she's not a high offensive use player, but a lot of her points and stuff like that are going to come off of players that are actually dishing the rock to her. So the upside that we have seen for Skylar, being able to focus on the playmaking duties, especially with the addition of Gabby and the defense and stuff that she brings. I'm loving this 4.5 assists. That should be a no-brainer to me. And honestly, out of all of these that I have said, besides the Bree Jones, the Skylar, and then of course the Tina Charles, my favorite out of all of them is actually Bree Jones and then Skylar Diggins-Smith. I love both of those two the most. And then, of course, Tina Charles right there. All three of these plays should definitely be no-brainers and smash spots. If you want to go ahead and build your bankroll over here on Prizepicks, I definitely would suggest going ahead and locking some of these plays right here in. Now, some regular lines that we can actually go with if you are looking to just go ahead and take a chance on today's slate. I already spoke on one of them, which was talking about Tina Charles for that points and rebounds. Now, another one that I really actually do like, just because she's averaging way over the amount of field goal attempts that they actually have at. That 14.5 field goal attempts for Kelsey Plum. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're giving us this line, considering that she is averaging on the season actually 18 field goal attempts versus the Chicago Sky. Now, playing at home should be one of those games where we actually get to see, of course, we saw that Chelsea Gray, she injured her back in the last game. She could have came back, but she didn't. I would still expect for her to be a little bit hampered. Maybe this will continue, and we can actually see Plum do what she does. The Chicago Sky, they have regressed in regards to the three-point defense that they actually have. I know we're kind of leaning on Asia Wilson to go out there and cover that taco, get those points, but one of those things that we do know is Plum is going to jack up shots. Whether she makes it, whether she misses it, she is going to jack up those shots. 14.5 field goal attempts for a play that has covered this in both games going up against the Chicago Sky. Well, correction, in all three games going up against Chicago Sky. I do like taking the over on that one right there. So I will be smashing the over on that 14.5 for the Kelsey Plum on her field goal attempts. Next play to me, this one, of course, is just due to the fact that we have Natasha Cloud. She is going to be out today due to the suspension since she picked up that technical foul. They're giving us Diana Taurasi at 5 assists on today, or the 3.5. I would take the 3.5 line and the 5 assist line because either way, the ball should be in DT's hand. This is going to be one of those games where we should actually see her being the primary ball handler and responsible for dishing the rock, getting it to Brittany Griner down there in the post for those easy shots that she can get, dishing it to Kalia Copper, who can definitely either A, push, get off a fast break, or maybe she decides she wants to spot up, take a mid-range shot, or take one of those crazy behind threes that she likes to take. But either way, they are limited on the amount of guards that they have to play over here for the Phoenix Mercury. When you look at their roster, it literally should be a 8-woman rotation, if I have counted it correctly, which I have counted it several times. Currently, right now, Osborne is questionable to play. If she actually does play, because last game she did miss due to a lower leg injury, and the last time that she played was all the way back in June. I would be surprised if Osborne actually gets any minutes in this game. I would still count her as being out, so that should still actually leave them with 8 players that will be in the rotation. That definitely should mean we should get decent run and decent minutes for Diana Taurasi, which will give her plenty of time, ample time. We should see about 30-ish, 34 minutes for Diana Taurasi here in this game for her to be able to clear and cover the 5 assist line, either with a push or for her to go over. All right, I got one more play that I want to go over, and this one is honestly just a no-brainer. I'm letting you guys see the last 5 of her. 5 for 5 for Marina since she has been over here on this team. This right here, she has cleared this. Even though she plays coming off the bench, she has still been able to clear this, getting at least 10 points in every single game. Love taking this play right here. Have no problem going right back to it once again. This is another play you can play with a taco, or if you're building out a 5 slip, or maybe you're looking for one more leg to put into a 6 slip that you want to get, go ahead and just playing Marina. Love it right here to go ahead and take her for her to go out here and score 10 points. She's been very consistent since coming over here to the Sun. Smash spot for her as well once again. So heading over to DraftKings, I did say I did have a DraftKings leg that I wanted to give you guys. Going over to DraftKings, as you can see up at the top, make sure you opt into placing a WNBA parlay, same game bet for you to get the bonus bet back in case you do lose, because we are going to go ahead and build out a full 20-legger over here on DraftKings just for the hell of it, because hey, we're going to get our money back. Might as well go ahead and take all 20 legs that they will actually give us over here to try to make some money, biggest bang for the buck, just because it is protected. So hopping right into it, I'm going to go into the Seattle Storm game. Make sure you go into the same game parlay tab so that you can see everything over here. Starting straight up, going straight to the points tab. Going to go through, find my Breonna Jones. I love her for 10 points. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm not really too worried about the odds, minus 350, minus 175, minus 500, because I know I'm going to add multiple plays, and eventually it is going to equal out to being something decent for me to go ahead and play that same game parlay token. So that's really just how I view it. You can go with safety, or of course you can go with some inflated numbers, go with like the plus, the 15 plus points or something like that. It all depends on how risky you want to go, but I'm going to give you my ticket and what I'm looking at to play today. All right, so I went ahead and built out the first slip for this, which is going to be Bree Jones 10 points, Skylar for 5 assists, MM for 10 points, Alyssa for 5 assists, and then NECA for 12 points. That's going to be my first leg right here. 5 players from this first one, which I'm going to take 5 from each game as I go ahead and build out the full 20, just to make it pretty even from every game. Now, I'm going to be very honest, going into this Dallas and Washington game, I'm a little hesitant with some of the stuff over here just because I've noticed some of the rotations and the minutes have been a little wonky over here on the Washington Mystics side. So very, very, very hesitant in regards to wanting to play players like Sykes, who just the minutes, it's just been very weird for the fact that you're closing without her. We've seen a very big spark from her over the last couple of games, and all of a sudden now she's kind of just mellowed out. So I'm not really too sure how I want to attack the Washington side. So I am going to primarily focus on the Dallas Wings side, because I do know that they want to win games. They're out here playing to win is pretty much how they are playing over these last several games. So this might be kind of a Dallas Wings heavy on this one right here. Like I said, looking through, trying to find plays over here in this game right here. I really didn't like too much. I really do actually just like Natasha Howard for 15 points, Satu for her 5 rebounds, Arike for 3 assists, Natasha Howard for 5 rebounds. Now, you definitely can go and take Natasha Howard for 10 points, because we do know sometimes she's a little flaky with it. But honestly, who's going to guard Nat? Who's going to guard Satu? I honestly, this should be more of a mismatch for Dallas to be able to come out here and actually have the offensive power here, versus the other side where Washington, they really only primarily rely on Dolson has to go out there and hit threes. Atkins has to just somewhat be efficient, and Sykes has to be able to dash in and get to the hoop. Next game here for us is going to be going over to Chicago Sky, taking on the Las Vegas Aces. Of course, Asia Wilson, we're going to take her for a good old sweet 20 points. Angel Reese, I definitely can't see her going out here maybe getting a double-double. I think I'm going to lean more towards taking her for her rebounds. That'll definitely be something that I would much rather take. Reese, 10 rebounds. We kind of know that's a given with the way that she's been playing, and just the amount of rebounds that she actually ganks down most of the time in a lot of these games. And I actually do like looking at Asia Wilson for her rebounds. All right, so I went ahead and just finished building it out just because I realized that you actually can't see the further down that go, and I can't actually kind of change that for you guys. But pretty much Las Vegas Aces and the Chicago Sky in that game. Wilson 20 points, Reese 10 rebounds, Wilson for her 8 rebounds, and then the Las Vegas Aces money line. Unfortunately, it's just going to be a minus 340. They don't have any other props that I actually want to take inside that game. And then going down to the Atlanta Dream taking on the Phoenix Mercury. Brittany Griner for 5 rebounds, BG for also 15 points, Alicia Gray for 12 points, Tina Charles for 8 rebounds, Ryan Howard for 12 points, and Jordan Canada for 5 assists. Couldn't get DT assists, which was one that I actually do want to play. They don't have that, unfortunately. But all in all, that is 20 picks over here for all of the games. It comes out to a plus 1,881. So if you guys want to go ahead and play this, I didn't see any minimum amount or max amount that we can actually play for the token. So if you put 25 bucks on this gives you up to $495 for your win that you would actually take home. I will post this up on the Patreon if you guys are trying to see the full ticket itself. Good luck to everybody if you guys do follow it, but definitely take advantage of that no sweat token that you have over here on DraftKings. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, make sure you guys check the link down the below. And as always, if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content I drop over here on the channel. Good luck to everybody. Hope you guys all cash out. Peace.